Hello and welcome to WarCrafters for August 10th, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 32. I am MayorWatt. I run ohmTown.com. That's the site that houses WarCrafters as well. Don't forget, there's also the YouTube, the podcast, the Discord, the Patreon. We're streaming both to Twitch and YouTube. And all the show notes and stuff like that are over on YouTube because Twitch always deletes everything after 60 days. We're going to be talking about experience the sinking of the Titanic in VR, Goldeneye meets Portal, Darksiders 4, Walkabout Mini Golf, the passport to Tokyo, and hot dogs and horseshoes, and hand grenades and a bunch of other stuff. All right, let's get into it. This is the first article. It's over on RealityHacker, which is one of our other shows. It's on Mondays. Or not Mondays. My gosh, why did I say that? It's on Saturdays. For crying out loud. MayorWatt, what is going on in your head? Anyway, it's the first show on Saturdays. Full Titanic VR experience, including sinking, now available on the Quest 3. The Titanic VR experience is now out of early access on Quest 3 and 3, and it includes the 1912 sinking. So yes, you want to experience a horrendous event, then go and hang out on the interpretation of the sinking of the Titanic. Titanic VR originally released on Steam, the Oculus Rift Store, and the original PlayStation VR in 2018, leveraging the power of your gaming PC or PS4. The developer Engage XR, formerly Immersive VR Education, is the same behind Apollo 11 VR experience and the first released on PC VR in 2015. But while Engage felt Apollo 11 was suitable for even the original Oculus Quest and delivered it as a launch title, the developer didn't feel that it could rise or sink to the level of other devices. So David Heaney over at uploadvr.com put this article together. You can follow the link through ohmTown. Go and check it out. You'll be able to go over to Twitch and type in WC, and that will pull up the show notes there. But it's only the latest episode of WarCrafters. Each show has its own command. So _WC for WarCrafters, !TT for TechnologyToday, and the third Sunday show is FourWheelTech, so !FWT, so FourWheelTech, yeah. So when released in early access in April, the Quest 3 port only included the exploration mode, which lets you pilot a submarine to traverse the Titanic shipwreck in the modern day, extracting various artifacts while you analyze in a virtual lab. Now in the full release, you'll include the sinking, and basically it says understand the ship's tragic history by reliving the 1912 sinking as a survivor. You've been able to do that by listening to like a real-time stream of it. I think I listened to it, I experienced it on YouTube, but for some reason I feel like it was also part of a Twitter kind of a thing. Anyway, you can find their review of the PC VR version of Titanic VR via a link over on the article. So go and check it out over at uploadvr.com. The next article is over in the continuity report. Goldeneye meets Portal in this iconic shooter that's free on Game Pass. Super hot Mind Control Delete, which is available for free on Game Pass. It says there are some incredible deals available on Xbox Game Pass subscribers when it comes to free games included in your membership. This article by Nicholas Becker over at screenrant.com says that if you like GoldenEye 007 and Portal, you'll definitely want to check out Superhot. I liked Superhot in VR. It's a pretty fun game. It only moves when you move, kind of a thing. Each Superhot game is worth checking out, but if you just want what's want to know what it's all about, Mind Controlled Delete is a perfectly fine place to start. You don't really need to play the game in order to enjoy them, but after playing one, you'll likely want to check out the others. Super Hot has an extremely straightforward set of mechanics. The basic premise is that when you move, time progresses, while staying still will freeze or slow time. Add to this your basic FPS mechanics, and you essentially enter the matrix and start dodging bullets from enemy gunfire and calculating your every movement to avoid getting shot. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Go and check it out. Next article is over in the mobile channel. Darksiders 4 has finally been revealed, ending the long wait. It's been 7 years since the last mainline entry into the Darksiders series, and many fans wondered if there would be a fourth game to bring the things to a close. Well, thanks to the recent THQ Nordic showcase, Darksiders 4 will gets a teaser trailer. You can watch the link down below in this article. I will play just a little bit of it, but it's muted. I'm going to jump around because why not? They're not really going to be teasing too much. So yeah, go and check out Darksiders. I don't know what the actual gameplay is going to be like because they don't show anything, but darksiders.com is where it is. You can wishlist it on Steam right now. Go check it out. It's actually, the article is at vice.com. Anthony Franklin II put the article together. There's more here in that article. Says the game features, you get to choose your horsemen. You take up one of the legendary horsemen, each with their own unique weapons and combat styles. There's cinematic combat, experience fast-paced, visceral, action blending melee, fluid, traversal, and supernatural abilities, and expansive realms to explore. Journey through apocalyptic landscapes, each teeming with secrets, enemies, and mythic bosses. Let's keep going. The next article is over in RealityHacker. This will be the fastest show that I've ever done. RealityHacker is where the next one has been aggregated into, but it comes from Upload VR, I believe. Walkabout Mini Golf Passport Tokyo opens August 14th with Neko Atsume cats, which I thought Neko means cats. I thought cat is Neko. Anyway, Walkabout Mini Golf is available now inside all major VR headsets, and the opening date for the new Passport Tokyo destination set for August 14th. That's next week. Pretty cool. Designers confirmed today cats from Neko Atsume populate their version of Tokyo, and Upload VR independently confirms the presence of capybaras as well. The course is second in the game's Passport series based on real-world locations. Following Venice last year, many real-world locations include restrictive legal frameworks around their representations, and for VR designers, there's also a challenging task when it comes to basically constructing it. The article is by Ian Hamilton over at Upload VR, and they've got some images here, but the Tokyo one, it says, is a vast metropolis rivaling any on Earth. Mighty Coconut says that they've focused their depiction down to the Shinjuku district, up to the steps of the Hanazono Shrine. The studio says 8 Neko Atsume cats have found their way onto the course, and most of them are gathered around a cat shrine. So it's pretty cool. I like this VR golf. At one point, I wanted to start up kind of like a competition for VR golf, but yeah, the Virtual Golfers Association, Virtual Golfers Association, because I was into golf at the time. But let's move on. The next article is over in RealityHacker. Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades exits early access with Steam Workshop support. Custom gun configurations and additional user-authored content will become part of the Steam Workshop part of Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades Update 120 from Rust Limited, slated for release later this year. Announced by long-term VR developer Anton Hand this summer during one of the regular development log videos on YouTube. The confirmation gives a roadmap to fans, making clear he and his collaborators are moving on to focus on other products. So Ian Hamilton, once again over at Upload VR, put the article together. There's more over here at the article, but essentially the game is dropping out of early access for as long as Valve decides to keep Steam VR running. I'm going to keep trying I'm gonna try to keep this game running, Han said of the update plan following the expected November release of Update 120 in version 1. You would have to literally tie me down to the ground to prevent me from doing holiday content. So there you go. Initially released in April 2016 on Steam, Han's developer log on his channel are a staple of the PCVR community, and the steadily expanding architecture of his title across more than 100 updates saw it grow to include a mixture of game modes and sandbox scenes, among them well-loved Take and Hold mode, built on top of a library of hundreds of the most deeply interactive objects found in any publicly available simulation. There you go. Very much into... That person looks familiar, but I don't know why. Anyway, modders will need to update their systems for H3 VR version 1. Capability or compatibility. Early builds of version 120 will be available in experimental branches soon, Han says, and he confirmed that he's working on at least one other project he plans to detail next year. Dun dun dun. More than a collection of guns, it contains several full-size VR games. H3 VR is more than a collection of guns. If you want to read more, go over to Upload VR, and I am going to, what do you want to call it? I'm going to reboot my headset, and that'll bring us back to the front page of WarCrafters over at ohmTown.com. Sign up, sign in, become a citizen, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, and right after this show is Technology Today, so go and watch that over on YouTube and download the podcast if you don't want to watch the video. It's all the same audio, just you're not going to get any video on the podcast. Okay, see ya. Bye.